Yes everyone, what's going on? My name is Stephen Howson. This is Full Time Devils and this is tomorrow's transfers today. The video where we wade through all the bullshit, tell you what's going to be happening, give you the real deal about what's happening in a transfer window tomorrow and what you're going to be seeing in the press tomorrow. We've got a bit of a varied lineup for you today and I've seen some questions that I'm going to get to, so stick with us and we'll get into the questions a little bit later on. But give us a full proper question and I can wade through them. Don't just put someone's name in a question mark, because what the hell does that mean? Right, let's get into it. So today we're going to be talking about Pichini, we're going to be talking about Modric, Rebic, Alderald and Blind, Willian and Bale. So let's get into the first one that we are talking about today, and it is Pichini. So it says Manchester United and West Ham have been credited with an interest in Sporting Lisbon right back Pichini. Now, when you see someone like Manchester United and West Ham, especially actually West Ham have been doing some pretty good business. I've got to give them some credit this summer. But when you see it like this, like when Richarlison was linked with United, Chelsea and Watford, and we went, he's going Watford, isn't he? That's what's happening. I reckon this is what's going to happen. He's going to go West Ham, and the agent has just thrown United's name in it right at the last minute to try and get some extra money in on the table. Saw that with Cliver already this summer. So I reckon that's how it's going to be going down. So it says the 25-year-old has been tipped to leave Sporting Lisbon after the hooligans raided their training base over in May. And it says United recently added Diego Dalot, obviously. And it says that Besiktas are also interested in him. And they want a loan, but Sporting are trying to sell him. And it says United and West Ham have scouted him. The exact phrase that they use is, Pichini is considering his options and United and West Ham have scouted him. What have I said? Literally on Monday, every single person who plays professional football in Portugal has been scouted by Manchester United. If you've played five-a-side on the beach in Portugal, you might have been scouted by United. This is the zero basis for any articles whatsoever. But this is the bullshit that we have to contend with this modern day journalism, innit? Just because we've scouted him doesn't mean jack shit. Probably going to West Ham, judging on the basis. Like they even say in the article, we've just signed Diego Dalot. Why would we be signing another one? Know what I mean? Know what I mean? Especially without somebody like Antonio Valencia being moved on. Next one we're going to be talking about then is, let's find it, Luka Modric. And for the next transfer that's about to happen as well, when they're talking about Rebic, it's almost as if Croatian players are getting headlines in England at the moment, isn't it? And I can't think for the life of me why they would be doing that and linking Manchester United to Croatian players. It's almost as if they can put Croatia in a title after they've just beat England and are just going to be playing in a World Cup final at the weekend. It's almost as if they're trying to get as much SEO into the title as possible. So, some guy from BetStars who says Croatia's World Cup hero Luka Modric could be heading to the Premier League this summer as Real Madrid prepare for a squad overhaul. Are Real Madrid having a squad overhaul? Does anybody know this? Not at all. It says United have long been linked with a move for the star, and Jose Mourinho's men are now the 7-4 favourites to bring the World Cup finalists to Old Trafford this summer. Just absolutely pulled out the guy's arse. Completely. Absolutely completely. There's the fact that they're making odds. You can get odds on me to sign for Real Madrid. They're going to be astronomical. But you could get odds on me to sign for Real Madrid. Now, you might be able to get odds on Real Madrid to sign me and Liverpool to sign me, right? It's probably more likely that I'm going to go to Real Madrid. So, the headline, if you're one of these clowns like the Daily Star, is going to say, Real Madrid favourites to land Howson this summer. Someone's got to be the favourite, innit? Mind-blowing. For what it's worth, Modric has been banging at the World Cup. I don't really agree with all the Ballon d'Or shouts that he's been getting of late, but I think he's a very good player, and I think it's excellent that he's finally being recognised. Croatian Paul Scholes. Mega underrated. So when you get into his 30s, people are like, it's fucking actually pretty good, isn't it? As we said earlier, so Ant Rebic. So Rebic, another one, it says Frankfurt will accept a £44 million transfer offer from United for Rebic. I think what's going on is the same thing here. Croatian guy, had a good game against England, and it looks like they're trying to get all of those keywords into a headline again. The problem is United do need a right winger. Rebic would very much fit the bill of what United need. 44 million in today's market, not a bad one. So if I was United, this is worth entertaining. This is worth entertaining. Not saying he's going to be top of anyone's bill, but I wouldn't rule out going for him. Does that mean United are going for him? Don't know. I've got some questions about the tour. I'll answer those in a second. There's a question that I saw at the top of the bill as well, where someone said, Mbappe reminds me of a prime original Ronaldo. No. He's bald, he's quick, and he's a little bit skillful, and that's about where the comparisons end. Original Ronaldo, if he was around in the Twitter era, would be the biggest thing in the world. He was so good. He was leaving bodies all over the pitch. You see that little flick that Mbappe did in the semi-final the other day? Ronaldo's done 7 of them before the first 5 minutes of the match. Mbappe and original Ronaldo, no. He's a very good player, but original Ronaldo was called a phenomenon for a reason. Just no. Anyway, Rebic. Frankfurt, that's a club that United should be buying from. 44 million seems like a good deal to me. It's probably bullshit, but I wouldn't mind seeing it happen. Next up on the old agenda then. So we've got twofold here in the Manchester Evening News. It's almost like a little bit of journalism, which strikes me. That's twice in a week from the MEN. I don't know what's happened. I don't know if someone's been sacked, but something's changed. They've done 2 bits of journalism in a week. That's mental. But I suppose they churn out about 700 articles a day, don't they? So 2 of them was bound to be good. So it says, Tottenham are open to selling Manchester United target Toby Alderweireld this summer, and the defender is keen to join Jose Mourinho's side, according to reports. Alderweireld's top of my list. They said centre-back is one of Mourinho's top defensive targets this summer, and United failed following early negotiations to land a Belgium international. However, Yahoo report that United have been given encouragement that a compromise could be reached with the defender's advisors, making it clear they want to finalise a deal before the transfer window closes. The last line is the craziest line in this article. The advisors want to make it clear they want to finalise a deal before the transfer window closes. That's a no-brainer, surely. Why would you want to finalise a deal after the transfer window closes? Because then you don't move. That's mental. Anyway, it says he thought the player won't make an announcement about his future till after the World Cup, but with the tournament coming to an end this weekend and Belgium's last game Saturday, talks with United are expected to resume in the coming days. Now, if he wants it, United want it, and Tottenham is the problem, why do talks need to resume with the player? Talks could have been ongoing with Tottenham right the way through the World Cup, because as far as I'm aware, Tottenham aren't competing in the World Cup, last I checked. Although, did you know there was 9 Spurs players in the semi-finals and only one's made it to the final? Something very Spursy about that, isn't there? Fucking bottle job, left, right and centre. Anyway. Also in this article, they're talking, it's from the Telegraph, Der Telegraph, not The Telegraph, which is the Dutch paper, and they're saying next 48 hours, Daley Blind could be back at Ajax. That's a transfer that I felt was going to happen for the entire summer, so no shock to see that one happening. They also say it could lead to the likes of Demi Mitchell and Roshan getting playing minutes on the tour. Now, there was a question earlier that was asking about the tour. I did a video on my channel, which I think you can find in the community tab on this channel, which is there's 5 players that I think you should really be looking out for on the tour. There's going to be a couple more going like Demi Mitchell, but the 5 players that I've kind of been told are going on the tour is Angel, obviously, Tahith Chong, Jimmy Garner, Roshan Williams, and most importantly, 16-year-old Mason Greenwood. Now, I will be shocked if Mason gets any playing time out there. I think he's going for an experience of being in with a squad, see what he's like in first team training, basically making up the numbers while everybody's at the World Cup. But I wouldn't put it past Jose to throw him in, because he's actually been in training a couple of weeks before everybody else came back. I wouldn't be shocked to see Jose throw him in, especially with McKenna and that and Carrick being around, against one of the MLS teams. Just to see. Give him 5 minutes. See what he does. Trust me, this kid is fucking magic. there's a Ronaldo feel about him. When I first saw Angel Gomez, I was like, that's a fucking footballer. It was about 13. The same thing with Mason Greenwood. When he was about 13, he was playing under 16s, exactly the same circumstances with Angel, and he was going past people left and right. I was like, who is that? Someone goes, Mason Greenwood. Remember the name? And then when you see him break in as an under 16 last season into what he did in the under 18s, he should have been the under 18 player of the year. 17 goals, 6 assists in 17 starts when he's 2 years younger than most of the people playing. That's huge. He's also a big lad. He's probably 6'1", so he's going to be a right frame to grow into. I think he's going to be a phenomenal player. Anyway, on with what we're talking about here for the transfers, and I've just closed down the tab that I had open. Let me get it. And it was Willian. It was talking about Barcelona being in for Willian. Now, when you look at the Barcelona side, that right forward, right wing spot, it's not somewhere that you think that they need a player, is it? Now, Messi's occupied that spot for 10 years, but last season he didn't really play there. He sort of played right off the front man. And on the right-hand side, Coutinho's played there since he arrived. They've also had Dembele playing there a little bit. It's not quite worked out with Dembele, so I wonder if they're going for someone that's a little bit more hard-working, because Sergio Roberto's been the guy that sort of played on the right-hand side. When he played in the Champions League, and they've looked to go a little bit more pragmatic, rather than when they're playing Las Palmas and expected to put 21 goals past them. And I wonder if Willian can be that guy for them. In the same way that Manchester United needs someone who's good going forward, but will also do that graft. Willian's the perfect fit for both of what we're after here. I think you have to take this bid seriously from Barcelona. By the way, that signing of Longley that they've just made is a belter. Definitely a top draw signing, and he's going to be mint for him. So I think keep an eye on this one here for Barcelona with Willian. Don't want to get drawn into a bidding war. I hope that we've got alternative targets. But Willian was one that I thought would do pretty well at United if we managed to get him over the line. So we'll see what happens with that one. Hopefully we're not going head-to-head with Barcelona, because you know what? I think we miss out if it's just a choice of do you want to play for United or Barcelona right now. Pack my bags and go to Spain. Let's see what you geezers are saying in the comments. Wasn't Fred injured? I don't think he was injured during the World Cup. We didn't see him though, did we? What an absolute nightmare that was. With Rashford, I get the Ronaldo feeling. He's fearless. Rashford's composure's ridiculous. Ryan Saunders says, you'll compare Mason with CR7, but not Mbappe and R9. Yeah, I will. I absolutely will. Watch him, wait and see what happens, and then come back to me. The way he goes around people, the guy can play on the left, he can play on the right. He will eventually end up as a number 9, exactly the same as Cristiano Ronaldo. He's got the exact same frame as him, and he's absolutely mint, and he's playing for United. So there you go. I will compare him. Is it true that Sanchez will not have the number 7 shirt anymore? Well, it could have been just that he picked up a random shirt in training, but I think United are a little bit more prepared than that. So maybe it means that he is moving his shirt number around, which is a weird one, but I know people get a bit obsessed with that. I'm not really asked about the numbers on it, to be honest. Dion says, why do they need Willian when they have Dembele? I kind of agree, but I also think that he's fulfilling a little bit of a different role. I did not see the Longley announcement video. Was it good? Dembele is so young, true story. I would love to see Mason Greenwood get some game time, says Munib. You're not the only one, mate. Willian is on the decline. Didn't look like it at the World Cup, I will be honest with you. I thought he was one of Brazil's better players in the tournament, to be honest. Do you think we should sign Kieran Trippier, the guy's class? Now, this was linked into an earlier question that I saw from somebody saying United should go all out and sign Harry Maguire. Do you know how much Harry Maguire is going to go for if he moves this summer? He's going to go for like a world record defender fee, which I'm not sure he's worth, to be honest. Go check the Leicester preview out from last season when I told you that Harry Maguire was the danger man. And he ended up scoring, didn't he? But I said he's a danger man from set pieces. You all fucking laughed, didn't you? But I said this is a top footballer. And nobody fucking paid any attention. Woodward, think about it. Listen to what I'm saying. Get him in before the World Cup. You'd have got him for about 25 million and a bag of skips. Now he's going for 80 plus minimum, isn't it? There's no way you're getting him for a decent buy. And when you think what else is going around at centre-half, there's no value to be had in signing an English player. And I think Trippier falls into the same thing. But Trippier's crossing with Lukaku's ability in the air would be lethal. But the same thing, you don't really want to be going to Tottenham unless you've got the player with only maybe 12 months left on his contract, because you're going to get absolutely rinsed. Perisic as well. Perisic, another one, like shown his class last night a little bit, didn't he? And made us all think about what might have been. Can United pay 200 million for Mbappe? I hope not, to be honest. Why not Dybala over Bale, says Kimo. I think Dybala, Griezmann, Sanchez are players, even though they don't play the exact same position, and they're slightly different footballers, I think that they fit a mould. Very much like Willian and Bale are not the same players, but we wouldn't sign them both. I think we've got someone earmarked for a certain role and a position in a team, and that's kind of flexible about what it does. I think that Dybala, Sanchez, and Griezmann all kind of fit the similar sort of mould, so I will be surprised if you ended up signing Dybala. But I reckon that, I mean, I saw him linked to Liverpool. I think Liverpool came out and shut it down straight away, but I will be surprised if he sticks around at Juventus with what's just gone on there. And that absolutely blew my mind. Absolutely blew my mind that Cristiano went to Juventus the way he did, for the money that he did. Disappointing if United didn't get in the mix with that. Very disappointing. We'll just see Chong part of the first team this season, says Governor Bandicoot. That is an aggressive player, and I think that can take him a long way. And he's tall, even though he's very skinny, he's tall. Would I have signed Ndidi? Yes, I would have signed Ndidi, and I think that might be a player that you can get for a decent amount of money as well. I think Ndidi is a low-key top footballer that's going to end up somewhere like a European elite, like a Bayern Munich or a Real Madrid one day. And why not United, you know? Bale shits all over Sanchez and Dybala. Entirely different footballers. And I'd love a fit Gareth Bale at Manchester United. I think that's a match made in heaven. But they're entirely different footballers. Russell says, I'd honestly rather we not sign any player who is less than a B-Tech. We've got a talented youth team and that's not being given a chance. I completely agree. Centre-half's a different proposition. I think you need someone that's got experience, and that's why Alderweireld top of my list for that. As for right wing, Chong could come in and do a job, but he's not ready yet. And at left back, I think you've got Ethan Laird that could come in. He's going to be one to watch in the future. Not ready just yet. So you need someone that's at least going to be a little bit of a stopgap to get us over the line, I think. What positions do I think United will strengthen? I think it's going to be whatever options they can get over the line. Long lay video is so weird. I'm going to have to go check it out, Anna. United is the only club that has nailed how to do unveiling videos. Would I have signed Cristiano Ronaldo? Absolutely. Angelo says Ndidi ain't that good. You wash your mouth out, son. It's fucking mint. Hopefully Sandro and Toby come in. If we sign Sandro and Toby, I think we've got the attacking prowess with a little bit of moving around that we could make it work. And I think Jesse Lingard has earned the right to be given that chance on the right-hand side. Not a right winger, but he's a right-sided sort of forward, and I think he can do the job, and he's got a good cross on him as well. If he can get into those positions, I would be down for that one. Do I think Gomez or Chongs can be given a chance this season? Yes. I do actually think they could be given a little bit of an opportunity. I think those two players are the two most likely to get game time on a tour. I think James Garner probably won't get much, if any. Roshan might, depending on which defenders go. And I think you'll all be impressed with Roshan. I think he's got a great attitude. Never smiles. He's like one of the most miserable players that the world has ever seen. But he's like Roy Keane sort of intensity. And that can go a long way, I think. Very excited to see how he can do. Who fills Ronaldo's role at Madrid? Now that's a very interesting thing, because I think there could be a massive play about to happen here. If Madrid get rid of Bale and Ronaldo in one summer, that will constitute some sort of an overhaul. And you could see them go in a completely different direction. I think Harry Kane is what we all assume is going to happen. And they will get absolutely rinsed, make no mistake, on the price of that. But I have no idea on where they're going to go. But Real Madrid, if Real Madrid do anything, it's they have to always one-up, don't they? They are the kings of one-upmanship. They will no way allow Cristiano Ronaldo to be sold and not bring anybody in. They're going to have to go and absolutely annihilate that world record fee. Whether that's Mbappe, whether that's Neymar, whether that's Harry Kane. They're going to have to go do something so monumentally crazy. I mean, like, the summer that they signed Cristiano Ronaldo, nobody remembers this, but they signed, I think at the time Ronaldo was the Ballon d'Or winner, but the previous Ballon d'Or winner, the last guy to win it before the Ronaldo and Messi era, was Kaká, and they paid a world record 55 million for Kaká, and he was the world record fee for about 9 days, 2 weeks, somewhere around that, until they signed Ronaldo for 80. That's what they did in one summer. So think what's going to happen now. They've just had 100 million, and if they let Bale go, that's going to be somewhere in the region as well. Plus the money they was already going to spend anyway. Real Madrid are going to do something monumental this summer on the back of 3 Champions League wins. Stop it. They're going to do something ridiculous. Definitely keep an eye out for those guys as well. Hazard and Neymar or Mbappe will go Real Madrid if they sell Bale as well, says Nazir. Yep, you're right. Does Ronaldo to Juventus make Milinkovic-Savic a real possibility for us now? I don't think so, to be honest. No, I don't think so. I think us signing Fred pretty much put a nail in the coffin of us signing Milinkovic-Savic, unless we move somebody on. Now, United could recoup some money. Like, everyone doesn't like this. And I got accused of wanting Marshall to go. I don't want Marshall to go. I just think Marshall will go. I think United might flip a couple of sellable assets. The one sellable asset that I think United have got in the top pocket, who could win the World Cup this weekend, could be an amazing sale for them, is Paul Pogba. And I do definitely not want to see Paul Pogba moved on. The World Cup he's had has really shown the world, everyone. Graham Souness is losing his fucking mind over it, coming out with all sorts of bollocks. But if you look at the sellable assets that Manchester United have, players that are coming into their prime, if United want to do something big in the transfer window, we have to recoup some money first. The biggest amount of money we could recoup, if it's not working, and they definitely fell out at one point last season, and we don't know how repaired that is Paul Pogba and Jose Mourinho. We could flip Paul Pogba for a right load of cash. Could he go Madrid? You know they've got the money, and you know that they'd love him. So I would just say, watch this space, see what happens. I hope they don't. They could take them both. My low-key thing that I think might happen, I think Harry Kane might go there, and I wonder if Marshall becomes part of the Alderweireld deal going the other way, because I don't think Jose rates him at all, which is nuts. But I think he thinks he's that little of a threat that he'd let him go to a club in the same league and he'd absolutely tear it up. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to go and check out the fan phone-in from earlier, where they're talking about the lads going on the tour and a little bit of transfer stuff as well. It's up on the channel right now, so go and watch it after we've all gone and watched this long play video, I guess, because it sounds like it's nuts. But thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure to subscribe if you're new around here, and we will see you in the next one tomorrow night, 11 o'clock. Laters.